to taste pizzas from all over the world. And being an Italian, of course, I'm biased. Oh no, I've never been on tour before. It is just because of the hair, I think. Now you leave me alone.
Sorry, I didn't expect that. Oh no, don't ask me this question.
Top secret songs.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I knew I would break down at some point. I'm sorry.
Okay, I will. I'm trying not to cry myself.
Chase the light, don't you hide. Find the power deep inside. Sailing through the storm, can find a way out of darkness. Sinking down below.
Hi everyone, Nika Rocks here. And today I have Chiara Tricarico from Moonlight Haze. Hello, Chiara.
Hello, everybody.
You're drinking tea, I'm drinking beer. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink ginger tea.
Ginger
One of my
tea,
favorites.
nice.
Yes.
Nice. I think I have ginger tea as well in my kitchen. Maybe I'll have it later. Right, Chiara, how are you? You've just come back from the tour with Avantasia, right? How did it go?
Yeah. It went very well. Well, actually, I will be at home for another couple of days, and then I will leave again for the very last show in Brazil. It's been a couple of very intense months. So
Wow, have you been to Brazil before?
yes, I was on tour in Latin America with Avantasia in 2023, and now we're coming back. We're going back, and we're gonna play a very nice festival. It's called, I think, Bangers Open Air, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be awesome.
Wow, wow, well, good luck with that. Now, imagine somebody who has no idea what Avantasia is watching us, okay? Yeah, there are these people. My mom, for example, she will definitely watch this this video chat. So, what is Avantasia? Why are there so many people on stage? What is it like? Would you like to tell us?
Okay. Well, of course, I guess that Avantasia were the first to introduce.
Avantasia, you say? I'm sorry.
Uh,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
because what did you say? How do you pronounce it?
I said Avantasia just by default, but
Okay. I
Avantasia.
would say in Italy we would normally pronounce Avantasia,
Okay.
but like I think that they're internationally known as Avantasia. I think.
Okay, okay. I feel so ashamed right now because it's usually me who corrects band names pronunciation.
Okay.
I've been influenced by Italian metal then.
Yeah, probably so.
Oops, oops, oops.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Avantasia.
What was he saying? Well, I guess it's a big part of the concept of Avantasia having many musicians and singers on stage. The band itself was born more than 20 years ago. The mastermind is Tobias Sammet. And yeah, I joined just a couple of years ago. So it's a metal band. I don't know how would you define the style of Avantasia? What
Well, I
you
would
call
say
it?
power metal
Power
in
metal,
the first place.
power metal, symphonic metal, all of them.
Yeah. Well, in the first place, definitely. Definitely not black metal or
No,
metalcore.
definitely not. What else? What can I say about it?
Well, how did you meet Tobias and how did your collaboration start?
I was actually introduced to Toby by Sascha Paeth, the guitar player and producer of Avantasia. I worked with Sascha for the first time in 2022, as I was subbing for the singer of his other band, Masters of Ceremony, and the other singer is Adrian Cowan. So now we are colleagues in Avantasia. It all started when I subbed for her in Sasha's other band. And after that, that's how I got to know Sascha in person. Of course, I was a big fan of his work. He's one of the biggest producers in metal music. And after that, they asked me to join Avantasia. They were looking for a female vocalist for the tour in Latin America, and they asked me to join, and it's been a fantastic experience.
Wow, yes, indeed. And before Tobias, you also performed with Tarja Turunen, one of your greatest inspirations, right?
Yes, you're correct.
How did that happen? Do you want to tell me about that experience?
I met Tarja. I don't remember when that was. Many years ago, actually. I actually interviewed her for her live DVD Act 2. So that's how I met her. I traveled to Florence, and we did this live video interview walking through the streets of Florence. It was a magical experience. And at that time, I had the chance to tell her a little bit about my background. I told her that I am a singer and that I started singing because of her. Actually, I said, it's all your fault. That's what I told her. and then she remembered. And when she wanted to record this very special show, live show, to celebrate, I think, 15 years of her solo career, she asked me to join in. And yeah, she asked many musicians from all over the world. We were 17 people on stage. Everything was played live, no backing tracks, just like in Avantasia. And it was magical also because I got to meet Clemmy from Visions of Atlantis for the first time, and we become friends, and I'm very happy that I met her there. So it was like even something more to that experience, because I got to meet her, and everything in the band, everyone in the band were super nice. It was definitely a night to remember.
Right. Well, you've had experience of singing on stage alone, and now you also have experience of singing on stage with lots of other people. What are the challenges here?
It's obviously a bit different, and I can tell you that I really, really enjoy sharing the stage with other singers. It's something that, as you said, I've been singing most of the time as a lead singer, alone on stage. But lately, during the last 5 years, I discovered how much I really like to share the stage with other singers, to sing duets, to have this eye contact with the people I'm singing with. It's really something special, and I totally love it. And of course, Avantasia is big about that, so I can definitely have fun.
Wow, fantastic. Speaking about Tari again, actually, I've seen her recent post in which she's speaking about you, and it was so kind of her and so heartwarming to read. When I was reading it, I was so happy for you that I almost shed a tear. How did you feel?
Pretty much the same as you did.
I was like, wow, wow.
She's a sweetheart. She's a very nice person and a fantastic singer, of course. And what else can I say? I'm very thankful for what she's done for the metal scene. She has probably inspired many metal singers. So
Definitely, not only singers.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sure. Well, you can tell that her fame hasn't ruined her, hasn't spoiled her as a singer.
Absolutely.
With times. That's very important, I'd say, especially in metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. And what about Italian artists? Have Italian metal bands ever inspired you?
That's a good question. When I think about bands, I don't like to categorize them. It's like I just listen to a band and then maybe later I find out where they are from. But so I have to think about it. But yeah, another Italian bands like Lacuna Coil. Let's talk about them. And Cristina, of course, she's another big inspiration. She started doing that many years ago, and of course, she's been inspiring many singers as well. But of course, it's a completely different style from what I play with my band, Moonlight Haze. Of course, Lacuna Coil are a bit different, but yeah. Let me think about other Italian metal bands. Inspiration-wise, yeah, I would say Lacuna Coil is a good example. And they started they really started bringing Italian music abroad many years ago.
That's
when it
true.
wasn't that easy. So of course they're a big example to follow to get inspired by it.
Yeah, and I would say that Cristina Scabbia is another example of how money and fame hasn't really ruined her. I can see her interact with younger metal artists, and yeah, she's trying to stay in touch with younger bands, or let's say emerging bands in Italy. You can tell that she's quite supportive as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. Let's speak about other collaborations. For Moonlight Haze, for example, you've collaborated with Mark Jansen and Laura Macrì. How did that happen?
Well, I've been friends with Laura for many years now. We met because we had a common friend, and we stayed in touch ever since. We became close friends, and she was among the first people. She and Mark were among the first people to know that I was working on a new project, and they both were very supportive. And of course, I felt it was very natural that they had to be guests on the first album on the first Moonlight Haze album, because they were among the first to also to listen to the new songs, and so I really wanted them to join, and I was very happy that they did. Also because I think that Laura has one of the most beautiful operatic vocals ever. She's so powerful, and I absolutely love her voice. So I was very happy. I really think that the collaboration worked very well, and they really added something to the song. It's not like, when everything that we do in Moonlight Haze, we really want it to be meaningful. So it's not like, you just call a couple of guests just because you want to show off. We really wanted to have somebody who was involved in the project and who could actually add something to the song. And I think that we succeeded, because I really love how the song turned out.
Yeah, well, let's speak about the meaning. So the song was Time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what's the meaning behind it, and why did you choose that song for collaboration with Mark and Laura? Or why did you choose Mark and Laura for that song? I don't know how... I don't know about the right way to ask this question, but how come this combination?
I think I got it. When I was writing the lyrics and the vocal melodies for that song, I was thinking about 3 different characters. Well, not actually characters, but 3 different parts of the inner self, like battling against each other. And so I thought that I recorded all the demos myself. So I was like doing the harsh vocals, the part that Mark sang, and also operatic vocals, the operatic vocals that Laura sang, and so it was like I probably had them in the back of somewhere in my brain. I was already thinking about them, but when I finished writing all the metal, all the vocals and all the lyrics, I was like, it would really be perfect if they could sing the harsh vocals and the operatic vocals respectively. So it was like, So it is just like if we are like 3 different instruments representing 3 different parts of the inner self.
Wow. Okay, I'm impressed because I never thought about it. Now when I come to listen to this song again, I will be thinking about your explanation. So I'll be listening to it from a different perspective, let's say. So yeah, thanks for that. Very interesting.
Thank you.
So shall we expect any other collaborations in the new album maybe?
We don't have guests on the new album. But yeah, well, we actually have one, like a big important part of the album, like Sascha Paeth, who was our producer for the first time on this album. So it's not like a guest. He didn't play anything on the album, but it was a very important part of the process, of the composing process and the production process, of course. So yeah, but we don't have guest singers or guest musicians. We did everything by ourselves.
I'm sure it will be great anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed.
Well, I've already seen 2 music videos, so and I wasn't disappointed. So let's hope
How
not.
did you like them?
Of course, of course. How can I not like your videos? And
It's
your...
a matter of taste, also. But yeah, which one?
Yeah,
did you
it
like,
is, but I
most?
would say that it's still Moonlight Haze. Like you didn't drift anywhere. I can hear Moonlight Haze with a more powerful sound. So yeah,
I'm happy to hear
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Oh,
now I'm doing the
oh
interviewer.
no. Oh no, don't ask me this question.
Uh-huh.
I honestly have no preferences. Maybe the first one had impressed me more, but just because it was the first one. And so, yeah, let's say a little bit more welcomed. But I also like the second song that you released, so with the video. I honestly, I can't really choose. Both are beautiful, I'm sorry. Yeah, but again, the first one had maybe a bigger impression on me. Yeah, maybe just because it was a matter of the first one. If the second one was the first one, maybe it would work the other way around. I think there is this emotional factor rather than...
Yeah, we will never know.
Yeah, maybe something to consider, that people also have this emotional trigger. But yeah, again, if I had to choose, I wouldn't choose any. It's just a matter of impressions. Okay, well, we'll speak about the album a little bit later. I wanted to ask you actually to go back in time when it all started with Moonlight Haze, when you left Temperance, which was almost the end of 2017, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then almost 1 year later, you founded Moonlight Haze with Giulio, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So back in time, when you left the band, did you think about all those adventures that you would end up in eventually? Were you dreaming at the time of, I don't know, performing with Tarja, Avantasia, founding a new band? What were you thinking?
Well, first off, I didn't leave the band. I was kicked out from the band, actually.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
Wrong linguistic choice, but say leave, meaning that you were not part of that anymore.
yeah, well, and of course, I was a bit surprised by that. So, creating a new band wasn't planned at all because I didn't know that that was about to happen. So it's not like, okay, I was thinking about the band, about leaving the band, and so I started planning creating a new band. I didn't know that happened, and a few months later, Giulio called me. We were playing together before, of course,
Yeah.
and he asked me. It was sorry that we didn't get to play together anymore because we always get along pretty well. And it was like, why don't we just create a new band together? And at first I was a bit skeptical because of everything that was going on, and probably I was a bit scared to start something from scratch. But then Giulio sent me an email, and the object of the email was the subject was top secret songs. So, like, he called me, asked me to create a new band with him, and I was like, maybe let me just give me some time. I'll think about it. And then, like, a few hours later, he sends me this email, top secret songs. What would you do if you received such an email? Of course, I listened to the material, and I completely fell in love with the demos that he wrote. And so, like, I remember that night I stayed awake the whole time. The whole night I wrote the lyrics and the vocal lines for those 3 songs that he sent me. And the morning after I called him, I was like, Giulio, now we gotta find musicians that are actually able to play this incredibly difficult stuff that you challenging stuff that you wrote. What will we do? How can we do that? It's gonna be really a challenge. But then, of course, we started discussing, and we were very lucky, I guess, because the first 3 names that came to our brain were Alessandro Jacobi, the bass player of Elven King. And I told Giulio, like, I can't really imagine anyone else playing this stuff. I don't want any other bass player in my band. Like, Ale has to join us, but I had no idea if he would join us. So I called him, and he was like, well, it was skeptical as well. Like, I have many shows with Elven King, so I don't think that I would actually have the time to start a new band. And so I used the same strategy that Giulio used with me. So I sent him the same email. I forwarded him the email with the top secret songs. Like, the day after, he called me like, okay, I'm in. So I think it was a good thing that we all fell in love with the band through the songs. We were all skeptical at first. We didn't want to start anything else, anything new. But then when we listened to the songs, we fell in love. So it's all Giulio's fault, basically. And the same happened with Marco Falanga and Alberto Medinato. They're all musicians that we had been knowing for many years. We didn't play necessarily together, but we were touring like with different bands. But maybe we shared the stage in the past, or we shared the stage directly. And we were very, very lucky that they accepted. And also, I am very, very proud about the fact that the lineup hasn't changed a bit since the very beginning of the band. So it's really
true.
something we are very proud of.
You should, yes.
And
Yeah,
now
sorry,
now Giulio decided to focus a little bit more on keyboards. So it switched to keyboards, and now we're gonna play with other live drummers. We already played some shows with Simone Morettin from Elven King, but our official new live drummer is Luca Setti, the former drummer of Trick or Treat. And so the lineup hasn't changed, and also Giulio was part of the process of auditioning new drummers, so he was really into the process, and yeah. So
And Luca's a great drummer too, so congrats.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so something exciting to expect. Interesting. I was just going to mention that I think you should really be proud of the fact that the lineup hasn't changed. Well, touch wood. Yeah, because these days it's quite common to change lineup among bands, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Come on, guys. Yeah, and apart from the fact that fans keep disappointed, it also takes a sudden turn in bands' way of creating music. I could spend hours talking about that. So I really think that when bandmates look to stick together, let's say, it also suggests something about teamwork. It suggests that they know how to collaborate well.
And it's also very fascinating to observe how our teamwork has improved through the years.
Yes.
Of course, as I said, we already knew each other, but we never worked as a team before. And
that's
now,
true.
So during the first album, like the writing process or the first album, we still had to get to know each other. We didn't know what to expect, but it is very interesting to see how that evolves album after album.
Yes.
And also this time with Sascha, like it was like having a sixth member of the band, and it really merged with us very well. Of course, I had no doubts because I know Sascha, not only professionally but on a personal point of view. So I knew that was gonna work. So when I asked him and he accepted to work with us, I was very happy, and I knew that was going to be fantastic. But yeah, it's a very interesting evolution process.
An interesting journey. Yeah, the person who's behind the scenes is not actually behind the scenes in the end. Yeah. Right.
I think it really shows in our albums. Like, I think people can actually hear the evolution of the band.
Yes.
Through our music.
It's been always, at least for me, satisfying to see the band grow. Especially if we speak about, let's say, the bands that have been around for a while. And every time they announce the production of the new album, I think to myself, please, don't go to pop. Don't, don't go away from your style. And sometimes, unfortunately, it is the case. And I kind of gradually stopped listening to those bands. So I think I'm always afraid of being disappointed. And so watching and hearing the band grow is really satisfying to me.
Thank you.
If you know what I mean. I just don't want to give any particular examples, but
yeah.
I also understand that maybe a certain band wants to develop in a different way, but at the same time they might lose their long-time fans, which is a shame as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is also a natural thing that when you do something new, not everybody's gonna like it, and I think it is also right that an artist might want to try something else, and some people will not like it, but for as long as an artist is sincere and when the art comes from from something real, it is fine. You can't please everybody.
Yeah, if inspiration strikes in this way, what can you do? If you are no longer inspired to write heavy metal songs, then you still feel like creating. It's going to be something different. But it's true that in the end, not everybody might welcome that. But well. Okay, well, Chiara, you've already achieved a lot in your career, fulfilling lots of metal musicians' dreams. If you think about all your collaborations, again, the way how your band is evolving, my question is, what else? What else are you dreaming about as a musician in the first place? What else would you like to achieve?
Well, I think this is just the beginning, you know?
Wow! What a good start! What a great start!
that's my plan. Like, I'm always focused on improving myself, writing new music. So that's my main focus. And like, of course, it could be like now that I hear you like saying, okay, now you're you're singing with this band, you collaborate with that band. It's like, okay, but it's like it is like I don't really think about it. It's like I'm so focused on what I'm doing that it's like, I don't know. Uh, it doesn't feel like I've actually reached to a point where, okay, now it's fine. No, it's a constant evolution, and yeah, it's also I'm a perfectionist, so sometimes it's like I'm never 100% like satisfied about, like, it's not that's not the right word, but I always want to improve. There's always something that I find that it's like, I could try this, I could try that. So it's like it's just a journey, and yeah, and I think
A never-ending journey.
yeah, and a journey of self-discovery also, because like with every album, with every show, it feels like I get to know a part of me that I didn't know before.
Wow.
So yeah, what's next? I hope there are gonna be many improvements and many new songs and many more shows. So that's it.
Right. Well, speaking about your journey, you've toured quite a lot. Can you recall the funniest or the most memorable moment from your tours?
Okay, that's a very hard question because there are so many funny moments when you're on the road, of course. Well, of course, when you travel, you get to taste any kind of food, and well, what can I tell you? And it's very. Let me just think about one thing. The first thing that comes to my mind is like every night after a show, when you get that post-show pizza, and you're abroad, and like, let's see what it is like today. So I get to taste the pizzas from all over the world, and being an Italian, of course, I'm biased, and it's like, okay, let's see how this this pizza tastes. So it's just one. This is not actually funny, maybe, but it is funny for me. And is there anything specific that you would like to know? Like,
Well, maybe
just
something, well, not specific, but maybe something unexpected happened and you had to tackle it somehow, and I don't know, there was a funny outcome, or I don't know, something memorable, maybe. I don't know, I don't really have anything specific in mind, but
well, there are so many memorable episodes, and it's very hard to pick one. Actually, now that I think about it, it's like, oh no, I've never been on tour before. I can't recall being on tour ever. It's like when they ask me, oh, which is your favorite song from this album? It's like, no, there aren't any songs on that album. Like, it's like
same with memories, tour memories.
yeah.
Right, okay. Well, speaking about, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, if I think about the thing that I like the most about being on tour, by the way, is like the connection you create with other musicians. So it's like, I really think that's the best part of touring. It feels like you get so used to like share your everyday life with other people that sometimes, oh yeah, maybe this is kind of funny. Like sometimes when I'm back home from a tour and I just go to the supermarket close to my house, it feels like, oh, is that? And they think I can recognize somebody from the band. I'm like, no, they don't live here. It can't be. But you also used to spot them in the crowd, also like at the airport or on the tour bus. It's like, oh, no, it's not him. It's not her. It's like, yeah. And of course, when I'm back from the tour, I very often get the post-tour blues. So it's like you're so addicted to the fact of playing and singing every night that it feels almost weird to go back to everyday life, like not being on a tight schedule the whole time and not having to perform and not having sometimes I wake up like. Today I woke up and I was like, what time is the sound check today? And I'm like, no, I'm at home. I don't have a sound check today.
Wow.
So
Well, that's a positive feeling, I assume.
yeah.
It's a rather positive feeling because it means that you like what you do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you long to be back on tour again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So let's speak about your upcoming album, which is called Beyond. Is that correct? Beyond
Yeah.
what?
Once again, remember when like a couple of minutes ago I told you that I'm a perfectionist and that I always want to discover new things, try something new. That's what the album is about, like finding a deeper meaning to reality, a truer truth, like grasping, like not like grasping to the core of things, to the essence of things. That's what Beyond is about. So it feels like we've always felt like we were on a journey since the very first album. So we started from the earth with Terra Natura. We landed on the moon with Lunaris. We were somewhere in space, in outer space with Animus, and now we are going far beyond with Beyond, as I said. So
I see. How sophisticated. But also makes a lot of sense at the same time.
yeah,
Wow.
and I think there is a very there is this interplay, this connection between the inner world, the inside world, and what happens outside, because of course they're connected. Like what happens around you, of course, has an influence of your behavior and your feelings, but also it's also the other way around. So your approach to reality, to what surrounds you, can influence what happens to you and to other people. And so I think it is very fascinating how this works. And most of our lyrics are introspective, and there is a lot of this overthinking in our lyrics.
Quest is never ending, freedom anthems are resounding. For the best is yet to come, so we will stand. Our quest is never ending, freedom anthems are resounding. For the best is yet to come, so we will stand. Endlessly in search for answers through the storm in constant danger, never backing down and striving till the
Well, when I was preparing for this chat, I've already tried to gather some insights about the album. So from what I've read so far, I learned that this time you went organic in quotation marks. What does it mean for you to go organic?
Well, we were encouraged by Sascha to record the album a little bit differently. So a little bit more like a live band. We are, of course, we live quite far away from each other, especially Giulio and I, and we are the main composers of the band. So we are very used to like work online. Then, of course, we meet from time to time. Like he visits me in my studio, or I go to his studio. And so, but we are used to like, okay, you send me a demo of this thing, I will record something on it, and then I will send it back to you, and then we can change this and that. And this is how we worked in the first place for Beyond as well. But then, when we decided to involve Sascha, he flew to to Italy, and he stayed in the studio with us for a week. So it was the six of us, all of the six of us in the studio, in the Bridge Produzioni Audio and Studio in Treviso. It's a very nice studio. It's in the countryside. It is outside. It is so quiet, and it's the perfect place to focus and to write, to compose. So we showed Sascha all the demos for the songs that we recorded in the previous months, and then we started actually jamming on them. And so, of course, the structure of the songs changed a little bit. The vocal lines changed a little bit. Of course, we tried different solutions, different sounds. So, and also, the guys recorded the instrumental parts like all together as a live band, which is something that we never did before. It was usually like, okay, it's first drums and then afterwards guitars. But this time, all the guys were playing when Giulio recorded the drums. So it's something very different. It gives you more like a live feeling it adds a live feeling to the album, I think. And yeah. And also, there is little to no post-production to the album. We wanted it to sound more real, more live. That was our goal. And I think that we succeeded in that. It sounds different from our previous albums. It is more like when I think about Beyond, I think it is a Moonlight Haze album, but it's a little bit more Moonlight Haze than the previous albums. I don't know how else to explain that. It's us, but it's more us than it used to be.
Yeah. In the world full of AI, you guys are going to stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going exactly to the opposite direction.
Yeah. Well, that's very interesting. Now I'm even more curious to hear it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I can't not ask you the same question that I asked Claudia Beltrame when she was here. Have you ever been compared to Simone Simons?
Oh no, never.
Never,
Absolutely.
really?
No, it's a joke. It's just because of my hair. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I think it is just because of the hair, I think. Of course, I like Simone. She's a great singer. I like Epica, of course. But I think we are very different musically wise.
Yeah.
So sometimes I really don't get the comparison. It's like, okay, we have a similar hair color, and yeah, we don't even look like each other that much. I don't know, maybe fair skin, long ginger hair. Yeah, okay. How many other people are there?
Yeah.
And of course, I take it as a compliment. She's a beautiful woman, so I cannot get offended by that. It's quite the opposite. But aside from the hair, I don't think there is much that we share. Like, I think our voices sound very different, and also the music styles. Our bands are very different, and so yeah, it's just
it's a matter of looks. Like,
yeah. I think it is just like
because
that.
I personally, well, this question is not just out of the blue. I personally heard people say this, and so I'd ask you. I was just curious if anybody told you this directly.
Yeah. I could imagine. I can imagine it was like that. Yeah, but sometimes it's like, no.
No. Okay.
It's different. I'm a different person. I really like her. I really like their music. I really like her singing, but it's not me. I am Chiara. I am something different.
Yes. Yeah. Well, speaking about looks, if you don't mind, I'd like to develop this topic a little bit, because what I've noticed is that, let me actually go from the far. I know that you don't like categorizing into female-fronted metal bands or male-fronted. And I totally get your point, and I am like that too. Thank goodness it's not like that. But unfortunately, it's also true. We can't deny the fact that in metal world, still, let's say, female singers, not only singers, but let's say musicians in general, get rather special attention, let's say. And I've noticed that other singers that I follow, they often complain on social that they get too much attention from male fans, in a way that sometimes they even have to shut down the Facebook groups, for example, or remove somebody from or ban somebody from Facebook groups. And very often they bring these stories up publicly. And well, again, without mentioning the names, but there are stories like that. Instead, Chiara Tricarico, who is an absolutely gorgeous woman, no doubt, hasn't really complained on social. I mean, maybe it's just me, I haven't noticed that. But another thing is that if we speak about those women, they also either married or live with partners, and then there is you, who never really speaks up about private life, which is something that I respect personally. And at the same time, you never really speak about that, as if it never happens. But I bet it does, doesn't it? And how do you tackle that? That's another question.
Well, yeah, first off, I don't like to complain publicly. If I have to say something to somebody, I usually try to like, okay, now you leave me alone. I mean, it's a matter of choice. As you said, I would say that I'm a very private person. So that's probably something that somehow prevents people to get too much into to invade too much my private space, even though of course there are people trying to send me inappropriate messages or like wanting to know too much. Yeah, but as I said, sometimes I think that I am just too focused on what I'm doing that I probably ignore most of the things that happen around me, that it feels like I don't have enough time. I don't have the time. I don't have the mental energy to complain. It's like it would be something that would take away time from me, and I don't have much time because there are so many things that I like to do. So it's probably, now that you mentioned that, it's like, oh yeah, I actually receive many inappropriate messages, but it's like I just try to erase them right after. I ignore them either, or block people that are inappropriate, or yeah. But yeah, of course it is like that, but I don't know if it's just female singers. I mean, of course the singers in general in a band are the people who are in front. We are front men and front women, so of course it feels like people feel probably more connected. We also play the instrument that everybody owns, so everybody can speak, has a voice. And we are the only people on stage that actually articulate words on notes. So of course, if you say something, you can say that with a guitar solo, of course. But if you say I like chocolate cake, that's what you're saying, and it's crystal clear if you're singing those lyrics. I like chocolate cake, so everybody would understand. So it's of course more straightforward, and that's probably why people feel like they are somehow more connected with you. Sometimes that's also very it's also positive. There's a silver lining in that, because sometimes I get messages like about the lyrics, and they're like, I really appreciate that you wrote those lyrics. I really appreciate that you talk about topics like or your lyrics help me through a hard time. That's what being a musician is all about, I think. If I look back at my teenage years, and I think about all the songs that I was listening to back then and how the lyrics influenced me or helped me going through hard times. And now people are telling me that my songs are helping them. For me, it's just like, okay, I'm I barely have the time to sleep. I work day and night, but it is worth it. Like every single second I spend writing lyrics or writing new music, it is worth it if it makes just one more people be a little bit, but just one more person feeling a little bit um, less misplaced or a little bit happier. That's worth it. That's what it's all about.
Right. Well, speaking about your inspiring lyrics, I know that we're coming to the end, so let me just say something that I also said to Marco Pastorino when he was here. I know that you might not really like remembering the times when you were in Temperance, but
That's fine.
Temperance was the first Italian band that I discovered because it happened in Rock and Roma in 2016 when I went there on my birthday with my brother to listen to Night Vision Apocalyptica. I had no idea who Temperance were. And I was living in Genoa at the time, and I was going to move in Milan, and I was going through some, let's say, difficulties in my life, especially private life. And then I discovered you, and I could really relate to your lyrics. And when I heard your voice, Chiara, I was gonna cry.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
This is tough.
Oh my god, I knew I would break down at some point. I'm sorry.
Okay, I will. I'm trying not to cry myself.
But I was gonna say that when I heard your voice, it was so healing. It was really healing. And oh my god. Oh, yeah. Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't expect that. I mean,
Oh.
I knew I might break down at some point, but I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks indeed. And well, now I'm able to listen to both bands actually, Temperance and Moonlight Haze. So at first I was like, oh no, Chiara's now out from Temperance, but now I'm happy that it all turned out this way because I can still follow two bands, and I'm really happy to hear your voice with Moonlight Haze. It's a new sound, and my life is new as well, so I need to relate to your lyrics as well. So thanks a lot, Chiara, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. I really thank you, like for your kind words. I'm very happy. As I said, that's what it's all about. Like that's what makes it. Yeah, makes every single effort worth it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Chiara. Thank you.